Right, I'm going to share the screen. So we've missed loads of it. Never mind, it was mostly interaction stuff anyway. So share my screen. Right, so this picture here, which Beth made earlier on, could you see that? Like a virgin. I love it. And it's because there are so many consultants who have never partied before, because loads of you joined in COVID. So you might have done the odd online event. This is a post that I've got here ready to press the share button on, which will go into Region Rainbow, which you can then use. And in here, I have put Beth's beautiful poster. Is that okay, Beth?
Yeah, fine.
Beth's amazing poster, which is fantastic. So party like a virgin, because you're a party virgin and your hosts are probably party virgins. And then we've got the host and win and the host party with double host rewards. There are more of these on Be Inspired. So if you'd rather use a different one to everybody else, go and find them. There's also more in inspirations, but I'm going to put these ones up shortly, so to save you effort.
Behind the scenes thing.
Is that for us, or is that just somebody chatting? No. Okay.
Just to interject, the Like a Virgin thing came from Carrie's live in the leaders.
I haven't seen it.
The Like a Virgin was about obviously from Madonna. She sang Like a Virgin, but she had on her table all of the products that have been launched since.
Well, it's funny you should say
during COVID. No, during COVID.
I know, I got them here. Yeah. It was one of my
and that they were Virgin products, hence the Like a Virgin.
So since Beth brought that up, let's move on to that. So there are lots and lots of things that have probably never been on a party table. Can you, with a show of actual hands, can you show me if you've ever partied? Were you here last year and you partied?
I know, but I have partied.
That's hardly anyone. So Diane, me, Shell, and Becky. Is that seriously it? Oh my goodness. Oh, and Wendy's got a hand up.
Sorry, I lost what the question was. Was that ever partied or not partied?
Ever partied in reality rather than just online?
Yes. I have since post-COVID, but not pre-COVID.
Yeah. Right. So those people who haven't partied because they haven't partied since COVID and they weren't here pre-COVID, we have, you won't even know this, but there are loads and loads of products that have come out since COVID that will therefore never have been on a party table. So I've brought some of them here to show you. So one of them is the whole lemon range. It didn't exist the last time I did parties pre-COVID. So if I take that to a party now, and actually that's the hand wash, but I'd probably take the sanitizer to demonstrate the range, because then it's on the table for everybody to use as well. That is a whole range that my hosts that I'm lining up now will never have seen. It's great. It means I've got something new to show them. What about this one? This is a biggie. It didn't exist pre-COVID. We'd never done it before. CBD is new. So we've also got the, what's the other thing in the CBD range? The moisturizer. So there's 3 things in the CBD range. And these just didn't exist pre-COVID. How amazing. So they're virgin as well. What else have I got? Obviously, avocado. It's very, very recent. So that was not available pre-COVID. And I meant to put one in the seed, I brought it. I can use my Christmas one. All of the new body butters, they weren't available pre-COVID. They're all now vegan. Most of the body butters did not used to be vegan because most of them had lanolin in, and some of them had honey products as well. So these new type of body butters are all virgin as well. What else have we got? The hair mists. They weren't around, particularly the Clementine one, which I couldn't find because that was a special edition. And we have other special editions as well. Limited editions. These ones, what about these? These came out in the summer as a limited edition, but I can tell you right here and now, we have loads of it, and the raspberry is still the 40% off, isn't it? Still 40% off. We didn't know if that was ending. I now think maybe it's a permanent change. I don't know. But this is 40% off. So this is a really, really nice, cheap range to offer to your budget customers. But these are virgin and they're still around. They may have been limited edition, but got loads of stock. What else have we got that wasn't around? How about the rejigged White Musk range with the toppers and stuff. So I've got here the White Musk Free, which is one of the toppers, but the whole of that repackaged, rejigged White Musk just wasn't around. Vanilla Pumpkin and the new Vanilla Pumpkin Mask. These are really new. Nobody's seen these. They haven't been to a party, and they should. What about the tea tree and moringa hair care? And even the other hair cares in their new packaging. They haven't been seen. They look different. They're virgin. It's really exciting because it means that those of us who've been around for a while can show all these new products. This one, the pillow mist, it wasn't around pre-COVID. Feels to me like it's been around forever, but actually it's not that old. It wasn't around pre-COVID. And of course, we have the very, very recent additions. These ones, they haven't seen these. They're exciting new products. So all of these things, oh, and I've got the avocado hand balm here as well. All of these things were not around, so you can
And the gel mists.
And the gel mists. Yes, I do have one of those here. Actually, I did bring that out. There you go, one of the gel mists. And there's the vitamin E one as well. These are great for menopausal women, can I just say? I know they also, this one blocks blue light and all that, but it's really good if you're having a flush. So all of these things were not around pre-COVID, and there are probably others as well, which is amazing. Mango and coconut juices. Thank you, Vicky. Quite right. Yes. And we have the new juices coming out as well. Yeah, I hadn't thought of the juices. That's an excellent suggestion. Just wondering if I had anything else here that I've mislaid. I don't think so. So all of these things are new, even if you're not. So most of you are so new that it doesn't make any difference. But party like a virgin. And if you've got hosts who used to party with somebody else pre-COVID, you can now introduce them to all these new products, which is fantastic. So I want you to get out there and use all the offers that are available. There is a pinned post in Region Rainbow where I now put it was particularly with, I'll actually share my screen again. It was with workers in mind, because I was thinking, for those of you who are at work all day and you don't necessarily see everything, because there's so much, especially at the moment, there's been so many new things, hasn't there? So I've put up this post called What's on Offer. Have most of you seen this? Have you seen this post? It's the pinned one. It'll always be at the top of the group. On your phone, you may have to ask to see the announcements. On a computer, it will always be there. And I update it pretty often. There may occasionally be something out of date, but I do update it pretty often. So it keeps you up to date. It's like a one-stop shop to go and check what's happening. So at the moment, we have the Earn Your Christmas Kit for Free offer, and it's you and the person you sponsor both get it when they do enough sales. Introduce someone and you both could get Christmas products when they're, obviously, yeah, you won't get them now, you get them after they come out in September. And I've even helped you here by saying, if you search in this group using this search button here, it's on your phone as well, for Christmas kit, all look on Be Inspired, because the offers are all on Be Inspired. That ends on the 31st of August. The Dropsy Youth Peel, hang on. Pepper, can you shut up? The Dropsy Youth Peel offer, I mean, how amazing is that offer? £5 for a £16 peel. It's bonkers. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm selling masses of them, and it's definitely helped with the sales at my last party. So that's just £5 with orders of £25 or above until the 16th. So you've got, what, another week on that one. So max that one out. The double host rewards, which we've just been talking about, ends on the 23rd of August. It gives you an extra day for putting your order on, because if you did a party on the 23rd and then it would work on the 24th, you know, or whatever, you need that extra time to put it on. So actually, if you're quick and you don't, whatever you do, never leave putting your order on until 8 o'clock on the last day of an offer, just in case the system is slow. Although our pipes are now very big. Who saw Steve's post in Inspirations about how big his pipes are? Steve is one of our techies. I put about the consultant training, so you've only got one place to look. Tomorrow there is a customer experience training on Inspirations. That's a live, so you can go back and watch it later on if you're at work, or, well, you won't be at work at 8 till 9 probably, but that will be a live, so go back and watch it. And then we have some training on the advent calendars the following day, or sorry, on the 12th at lunchtime. And if you're at work, obviously you can go back and watch that later. So we have this post so you can find things easy, so you know what's going on. It's really helpful. And the double host rewards is probably for most of you one of the biggest offers on there, and you may not have realized how important it is. It's really important because it will help you if you're putting a bunch of orders on and they come to 150 instead of getting £25 free. And I know you always pay your 10%, by the way. You put on your £25 free and it charges you £2.50. You put on £50 free, it charges you £5. It charges you 10% in the consultant basket. I'm sure you all know this. So, okay, let's call it £45 free. It's still not to be sneezed at. But more than that, those host rewards are fantastic for getting you parties. And parties are the easiest way to make big sales. Do you agree, Wendy and Becky and those people and Vicky? Yes, thank you. Those people who've not partied, I bet a lot of you don't party because it's a little bit intimidating. You're a little bit scared. Am I right? Is that what stops a lot of you doing it? You're like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. That's what I was like when I started. And if you look in past events on the regional page, you will find shed loads. I was going to say a worse word. I quickly changed that. Did you notice? Shed loads, not any other sort of loads of training on parties. And I literally take you from the last month's training or the month before was all about parties. And I concentrated for the largest part of it on how to get them. So I cover how to get them, how to host coach and make sure you max the party in advance, how to actually do the party and what follow-up you should do afterwards. So it's all there. It's all there. All it needs is that little bit of courage from you. And if you're really struggling, talk to your upline or talk to me. Yeah, games do help. Anything that's fun. And then the best thing is you will have a blast and your host and her guests will have a blast and they will ask you back. It's brilliant. If you're not doing the oh, there's loads, Becky. It's all over. If you search for party on Region Rainbow, or hang on, I'll just share my screen again. There's a whole unit on it. They don't call them units anymore, they call them guides. So if you go to the guides are brilliant. If you're new, it's got look, the first post on here, if you ever sponsor anybody, the first post on here is actually called what to do while you wait for your login email to arrive. It literally takes you from the first moment. Then you've got offering the opportunity, if you're interested in doing that, growing your group, perfect party pitch, which I'm not going to go into, but it is worth looking at. And if you watch the party training, you'll know what it's a way of getting parties, basically. And then we've got a whole, where is it? Those are my product trainings. Do go and watch those as well. There's a whole unit or guide rather on party games. Look, they're all here, loads of them, all typed up for you. Tells you what you need to take, tells you how many prizes to everything. It's brilliant. And look, there's a whole guide on parties. So the perfect party pitch, getting bookings, that both of those cover that. Party posters, the host group, host coaching, what do I need to take, partying overview. It's all in there. There's masses and masses of help. And in fact, that's not the only place. There's also lots of live training on partying. If you go and search for useful links, there's a post in Region Rainbow called useful links, and or look in events under past events. We've done loads of events and most of them contain party training, and it's usually me blathering on, but I do tell you all the pitfalls and all the silly things you can do, and even some lines you can use, because I know some of the lines that really, really work. For me, one of them, and it sounds like I'm sort of like, you know, not genuine about it anymore, but as most of you know me know, I'm so passionate about community fair trade and Coty. And one of my favorite lines is, if you're going to buy moisturizer and shampoo and, you know, shower gel from somewhere, all other things being equal, why would you not buy the ones that help a mum somewhere send her kids to school, put food on the table? Why would you choose anything else? If they're just as good and the price point is the same, why would you not choose these ones? Because these help mums like you around the world to feed the, well, not mums like you, because your kids get to go to school. You know, these are mums whose kids don't get to go to school. So but I give you lines like that you can actually use at your parties, and I tell you all about how to set your host up for, you know, a successful party. So I want you to go out and go and get some parties. And that post that I showed you earlier on with those 3 posters, I'm going to go and press the share button in a second. You know, the one I was just showing you with the pictures on, this one. I've actually put in here, These are for those of you on tonight's training, and I want you to go and ask the question, and we'll have a wee break. And I'm going to give you 5 or 10 minutes to do this. And by the end of the night, if you've got some party bookings, I really want to know about it. What would you buy with £50 free shopping? Now, if you've got a better pitch than that, use it. Please feel free to. That was actually Becky's, came up with that just before most of you arrived. What would you buy with £50 free shopping? And then you can use one of these pictures and send it to some people. I would suggest don't just stick it on your group. Don't just stick it on your wall. Message people, because you'll always get a better response from a personal approach. Maria, that puppy is just so cute. Anyway, so I'm going to hit the share button on this, and then I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go and share it a few times. So feel free to put it on your group and on your social media and on your story, etc. But please message it to some people as well. So I've shared that now. So if you want to pop into Region Rainbow, it should be the post right at the top of the group. And you can go and pop that on your social media, and then we'll come back and I want some ideas from you. So I'll give you, it's 10 past, so I'll give you till just after 15:15. So if anybody needs a wee, now's the moment.
So will I have to leave this meeting to go and do that?
If you're on a phone, possibly.
I'll
You probably
do it
don't have to
later.
leave it, do you? Do you have to leave it? Does anybody know who uses it on a phone? I never do it on a phone. I think you can just move to another window and then come back to this one,
Oh,
can't
I
you?
wouldn't know how to. I've just getting this phone.
Okay, Maria, well, you might want to leave it till later then.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
You can just press the
Oh.
back button on your phone and it takes you straight to Facebook without coming off the call.
Oh, thank you, Katie. That's brilliant. Annie says she messaged 20 people in her group yesterday with a date that's saying she'd had a cancellation and got a party booking from it. So there you go. And I would say that's probably about right. You probably have to message 10 to 20 people to get a booking. You're not, the first person you send to isn't going to do it unless it's your mum, and then hopefully she would. Just having a look through the
Right, you can
she
go
loves
down.
input.
Wait a minute, you impatient little monkey.
Lucy, you're already added to the page, love. Did it earlier.
Right, you're going down. Get down.
I'm just going to mute you, Maria. Right, I think that's all there was in that. Right, so I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and I'm going to do it too. Does everybody know what they're doing? Do we have any questions at this point?
Sorry, what we're doing?
So you're going to go and message a few people,
Yeah,
and say, what would you spend £50 if I give you £50 free shopping? What would you spend it on?
okay.
And then when they come back and say, you know, what they'd spend it on, you go, oh wow, brilliant choice. How about I'll give you £50 free shopping? Get a few mates around. They only have to do a
Perfect.
150 party. If you haven't partied before, you might think that 150 sounds like a lot. I can tell you right here and now, I did a party the week before last. There were 8 people plus the host, and we did 595. It's the average spend of most customers, and this is not me guesstimating this. This is when I interrogate Be Inspired on your orders. The average spend of a customer is £31. So if you need £150, you need 5 people. Thereabouts. I'd go a bit higher than that if you can. Why stop at 150? Don't forget another £80 on that order, and they also get 70% off. 70% off. Stop and think about that a minute. Where'd you get 70% off? Bonkers. Like a virgin. I feel like I need to put that on now.
I was just going to put some music on my box.
No, I saw it. I'll find Like a Virgin. It's only fair. It's got to be, innit? It's just not coming up. It's weird. You put it on then, Beth, because I can't make it play. Oh, unless I can do it on my phone. Hang on a minute.
Okay, I can do it. Loving it, Annie. Loving it.
What's she doing?
They're dancing.
Oh, got it. I can see it.
This is my mum, Kay.
Oh, hang on. I'm doing something.
This is my mum.
Hi, Mum.
Hi.
Called Francis as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You, Francis.
I'm not called Francis. It's just we have another Francis here. If you've just joined us, you're probably wondering what we're doing.
Sandy's like, yep. No idea.
We're messaging a few people, offering them £50 free shopping using the Like a Virgin poster that I just put in Rainbow.
Okay.
Because I'm messaging previous party hosts, I'm actually putting, would you like a party with all the stuff that's come out since COVID? Oh, that was a short song though, wasn't it? It's like a blitz now, isn't it?
Still a bit like Madge now, though.
Right. Okay, I think we should put it back together now then. Oh yeah, we're after the time. Thank you for the music, Beth. Right, so obviously those of you who weren't able to do it because you're on a device and you weren't able to do that, that's fine, come to it later. Everybody else, I will do some more later, because whatever you did just then, it's not enough. We've just said you probably need to message at least 10 to 20 people to get a booking. So how many bookings do you want? How many messages can you send? And if you can't think of that many friends, I mean, I'm starting with my ex-hosts because I know they like a party. So that why would I not start with them? And next time that you do this sort of activity, you'll have some ex-hosts you can go back to. That's the beauty of it. Once they've partied with you once, the chances are they'll do it again, because it's harder to convince well, not convince, it's harder to entice a first-time host because she's nervous, the same way you are. She's having all the same feelings as you, but she's thinking, oh, I've got to tidy up. Oh, I've got to get drinks and food in. She hasn't got, definitely not food. You don't want food. The last thing you need is your body butters being turned into scrubs with all bits of tortilla chip in them. Trust me. So forget the food. You don't want it. It's a distraction. And anyway, most parties are like 7:30, 8 o'clock. They've just had dinner. They don't need the food. Even me. And I'm an eater. Do you want to say something, Vicky?
Yeah, I was just going to say I contacted my host from February when we had our last double host offer, and she said I'd love to have one, but I'm still going through all of my free products from the £400.
Right, so you go back to her now and go, oh wow, amazing, you must have got such a lot. I've got a whole load of new things that weren't even available then.
She's really keen. She just said not at the minute. So
okay,
but she's in
so
touch.
you could, in which case, why not say to her, have you got anybody who would like one in there? You could say, I know, don't Body Shop products last ages, it's a bit of a pain in the bum. Who do you know who would host one? Who else would like £50 free shopping? And if she does recommend somebody who goes ahead and books, send her a sheet mask or pop her around some Christmas smell samples when you get them, that sort of thing. So, you know, if somebody finds you a host, for goodness sake, you know, give them a little something for it, because it's worth a lot to you. Parties make you so much more money than, if you think about how often you have to post in your group to get, you know, say £200 worth of sales. The average consultant in Region Rainbow sells about £250. In order to sell £250 in a month, this is, there's loads of you doing way more than that, obviously, but we have an awful lot of people who join and then never do anything, and they bring the average down. So yeah, if you think about £250 and how many posts you have to put in your group to get your £250 in, one party will bring you in £400, £500. It's so much. I'm not saying stop doing your group, do your group, but add another string to your bow. And trust me when I tell you, and I will have a chat with any one of you who's too scared, wants to do it but doesn't feel they can. Contact me or contact your upline, because or one of us who parties, because we'll help you. Open a thread on Region Rainbow and we'll all help you, because honestly, I know you probably don't believe this, so those of you who don't know me very well, I am such an anxious, shy person. How I became an RM, I will never know. But even now when I go into, I wanted my host the week before last to cancel. I was so nervous. I was hoping against hope that she would cancel. I'm glad she didn't, but I used to go for 2 nervous poos before every party. That's the person I am. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I promise you, you do get the bug. Right, I want to open the floor a bit to you now. We've got a lot of noise coming from somebody again. I'm wondering who that might be. I want to open the floor to you, and I want some ideas and feedback from you. I occasionally do this thing called reverse diary. Has anybody ever heard of that? Where you have a look at what you've done recently and analyze it. So you look at what you've been doing. This is business wise. I mean, I don't really need to know what you've been cooking for dinner, or, you know, how you've been doing your weekly shop and stuff. So what have you been doing for your Body Shop time that's worked? And I'd love to hear some ideas from people, please. So who would like to go first? Who can give us something that's worked for them? Go for it, Wendy. You don't need to put your hand up and just jump in.
Tagging people.
Tagging people.
Tagging people, definitely.
I did that earlier on today in my other host a party post. I tagged everybody, so I'm waiting for it.
It made a big difference. I ran a tombola and I think I'd sold, 5 people had bought tickets, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got this table full of stuff. But tagging people in it, or direct messaging people as well, you know, the same sort of thing, saying, would you like some tickets, made a big difference.
And the good thing about this is not only does it alert them to what's going on, it also increases your algorithm, and it makes Facebook think that you're friends, which you probably are, by the way. We all know that, and again, this is business blitz stuff, maybe we'll do another business blitz again soon, when you have people in your group who haven't interacted for ages, and this is why we're doing this active advent thing. A lot of this is business blitz stuff. So you haven't started doing that, pick up from tomorrow, because we start the new week tomorrow. Oh no, we don't, do we, Beth? No. Okay, but pick up from tomorrow anyway. It doesn't, or go back and have a look at the ones that have happened and catch up with them, because when you do that sort of activity where you message people, you tag people, all of a sudden they'll start seeing your group again. Because if you're in a group and you haven't interacted for ages and you haven't spoken to that person on Facebook, it doesn't count, unfortunately, if it's the bus stop, although sometimes Facebook knows, which is a bit scary, but anyway, it does though, doesn't it? If you haven't interacted with them and they haven't interacted with you lately, they're probably not seeing the stuff that you're posting, both in your group and on your profile, and you need to have a little chat with them on Messenger. I mean, if you literally just say to them, send them a message saying, oh yeah, how you doing? Have you been flooded yet? You know, whatever, just start a little conversation. Doesn't have to be body shop. And they reply, then you reply back again, and you watch. All of a sudden you'll be seeing everything they post, and they'll be seeing everything you post. It only lasts for about 72 hours, and then you need to do the same thing again. In your group, I feel like it's a bit better because they start interacting with your posts. Make sure that some of your posts are interactable. If everything you post is a sales post, nobody interacts with those. But put on there, like I did the other day, we were looking for a new car for my son, and I put up a jokey picture of some cars saying going shopping for a car for Jude later on. I must have had like 30 people comment on it. If I put something about one of the dogs, I get loads of people commenting on it. So make sure you put a little bit of interactable stuff as well. If it's just oh, look at this lovely new product, isn't this nice, you might get a few likes or loves, but people aren't, because there's nothing to say to that. They may quite like the look of it, but there's nothing much to say about it. So you need to put things in there which are interactable. Games are really good for that, and you know, things like lucky squares and stuff. So who else has been doing something that's been working for them?
I put an A to Z interactive post up the other day, and it's like, this is something else I need to do as well. It's really important to be open-minded, because it's not something that I would comment on myself, but it's probably got like the most thing in my group. It was like A to Z of bands or something, and it's like, yeah.
That's really interesting, because I found that in I can't think of a for instance off the top of my head, but some of these like interacting posts I see on other people's, and I think, yeah, like the stupid, it's been done too many times, so don't go with this one, but you know, the one about what colour do you have your tea, and I look at it and think, really? But people actually, it's like everybody wants you to know how they have their tea.
Just in case they pop round for a cuppa, you got to remember.
I was like, really? But honestly, they do work. So yeah, good one, Annie. What else?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, it's me.
You look damp.
Sorry?
You look damp.
Yes, just got out of the swimming pool. Well, I've been decorating my house for a couple of years, and I've got an open house on Saturday, and I've had 24 people so far say they're coming.
Because they want a good gander at what you've been doing.
Yeah, but then I've used that as a ploy to say I've got all my Body Shop stuff out.
Awesome.
So hopefully they'll all buy.
I really hope so. That's fantastic, Sandy. I did something earlier on, which if I can find it, I'll show you. Oh, here we go. So because I put a couple of leaflets in a few, just like about 4 neighbours' doors, people who used to buy from me and haven't for a while, and I put a little leaflet through, and it was a crap leaflet. It was one I used years ago. It was like the same one they will have had when I first moved in here. But I've now redesigned my leaflets, and I will put a photo on Region Rainbow actually. So I've put a QR code for my group and a QR code for the catalogue. I put a picture of the kit, but I haven't said about joining. But if anybody comes back and goes, oh, that looks nice, I go, yay, get all of that for £49. And it just basically says, a bunch of behind, have a browse of the catalogue, and I've put where I live, because I'm literally just going to post this around the few streets around my house. So I've put where I live, so they know I really am local, but you don't have to do that, of course. I've said I've always have offers, and because it's me, I've also usually got loads of stuff at home, but you don't necessarily have to put that bit. But as I say, from the 4 people I posted, I got one order so far, and it was for £75. So it definitely paid for itself. And actually, she was somebody who hasn't ordered before, so that was quite interesting. But she's somebody I do know, but she's never ordered before. So I've printed out, I think, 100 of these. So I'm just
Kay, is that half A4 size?
yeah, that's why I folded
Yeah.
it. I shall just. I don't own a
Yeah.
guillotine. I probably should buy one, but I should just scissor it or tear it. But yeah, if you've got a guillotine, that's even better. Yeah, but you could do full size. I'm tight, so I'm saving on paper. So that's my tip. Who else has got one? Oh, look, Demi says she's got loads of orders from leaflets she made through Vistaprint. Oh, very professional. See, I don't care whether you have professional leaflets made or like me, you print. I mean, I've now got a color printer, it's a brand new printer. But if you know, they can be in black and white, they can be. I sometimes think homespun are almost more attractive to the eye than very professional ones, because otherwise people look at it and think, oh, it's a flyer, put it in the bin. But so does anybody else feel this way? I quite like one that looks like somebody's actually made it themselves.
I don't even look at the professional ones that come through my door. I just chuck them straight in the recycling.
Yeah, I'm a bit bad for that. So we get a lot through our door though, because we live on an estate. But Demi, I'm sure yours were lovely, by the way. In fact, if you've got one to hand, do show us. That'd be really nice. And Annie would like to know where you put them, Demi, as well. Demi's probably coping with a newborn right now. Can't actually see where Demi is. She's on page 2. So while she's having a look for that, who else has got a... Dawn, you're good at sales. You must have something to suggest. Sitting in the dark. You're mute.
Sorry. I make a point of messaging my people. I know you've spoken about that, but it's really important to follow up once people have ordered, and they love you for that.
Yes.
I also make a point of doing grow my groups really often. There's always new people that come in.
Did you use the one that's on Rainbow, or have you got a format that works for you?
I do my own, and I offer up something that I got for free because I have lots of that. So the last grow my group a couple of times ago, I offered a free body butter of our choice, because at the time there was that challenge that we had going on where we could win 6 of them.
Yeah.
And my group grew by about 600 people over 2 weeks, and everyone was after the body butter.
Oh,
So it's really
wow.
I think it's
That's
just,
amazing.
yeah, I think my group, they're fans of body butters, so it was a good prize to choose.
It's excellent. I've got loads of them, so I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. I'll let you know how I get on.
Cool.
Who else?
I do lots of little competitions and stuff often, just to keep everyone quite happy to be in the group and keep the interaction going. And especially if I offer something for free, like if you can, like today I did guess what the new thing that's coming out that's like a sponge, but it's not a sponge, but it's environmentally friendly. And we had loads of people trying to guess what it was. And I knew that would be really tough to know Rami, the name Rami. I mean, who knows what that's called? But
Exactly.
but there's already people saying they want one. So, you know, that's cool. It's really
At the moment, the only ones I know of are in the Bath Bomb party gift, but I imagine they will be available to buy instead of the lilies after Christmas.
great.
It's quite pretty to look at as well. It's made of cotton, and it is it has a label on to say that it's made by Teddy Exports, which means that again you are helping a mum to feed her kids and send them to school. Very, very important, this sort of thing. So yeah, that's what Dawn is talking about. And if you like, I can put a photograph of this in the group. Shall I do that? I'll put a nice close-up photo of the Rami.
I just remembered another one I've been doing that's worked, Kay. I've been doing Member of the Month.
Oh, I used to do
So
that.
with your group, you can go down to
Insight.
Insights and see who the top people are, and it's the same person every month. But she says, just don't pick me this time, pick the next person down, because she's so cute about it. But that really helps, because
You could now
So-
make it jokey and do second best member of the month.
yeah,
Who's gonna
the
be?
more so like they get points for commenting, they get points for posting pictures, and you don't need to do anything. Facebook works it all out for you. So you just sit back throughout the month, and I haven't done it this month. I've completely forgotten. So I'll get onto that tomorrow. But that really helps because that makes them want to post. So I put something up saying, you know, have you received an order from me recently? Pop a photo up and review it, because then Facebook gets the, you know, because that'll help towards your member of the month.
Yeah.
And I make them a certificate that I laminate as well. And they get a goodie bag. The member of the month gets a £10 goodie bag and a laminated certificate to say that they are awesome. Which
I
they
love
don't.
that. That's brilliant. Excellent idea. Who else has got anything? Got any others coming in? If you don't like being put on the spot on this Zoom, but you do have a good idea, do us a favour, stick it in Region Rainbow, ideally with a photo. Post without a photo, just don't get noticed. So even if it's a random photo for attention, you know, a photo of your foot or your bum cheek or, you know, your dog, ideally make it a photo of what you're talking about. But Region Rainbow is a sharing group, so please do. Oh, what's you like? You got, Jess? You're showing us your insights.
Top 10 contributors each month, and they get a prize. The one at the top gets a prize.
Love it.
That works.
Yeah. What do you send as a prize, Jess?
It's Kaz. I'm on my daughter's
Oh,
name.
sorry. Yes, of course it is. You're this big.
Yeah, it depends what I've got in my spares, but I just send
Okay.
them maybe a hand sanitizer, things like that, you know.
If they live far away, I guess sheet mask is always good because it's cheap to post.
I have got customers in Essex and things like that.
Vicky's
Yeah.
just got a booking. Becky,
Well done.
can you put down Vicky? Oh, she's already on the list, isn't she? I'll have to add something else. Well done. Has anybody else got? Everybody go and check your messages. Let's see if anybody else has. I've got a refusal.
I've got one that she's gonna check her dates and let me know tomorrow.
I've just got a booking for next weekend.
Well, who was that? Who's just said that? Sorry, I
Yeah.
wasn't looking.
Diane.
Diane. Oh, well done, Diane. Right, Becky, can you put Diane down for some samples? Having a flush, having a flush.
I've got 2 possibles for later this month, early next month.
Excellent. I didn't actually see who that was speaking. Martina, was it?
Martina.
Okay, yeah. So if you could, Becky, if you can, well, has anybody else got actual takers? Let's have a look in the chat as well. Demi's got a taker. Can you put Demi down on the list? Oh yeah, she's put it in here. And oh, you've got a message back with a wish list, Vicky. Very nice. So you can work on that one, can't you? So you go and PPP her wish list, go back and say, right, I can do that lot for £12.50. And Vicky's, yeah, she's got her one. Excellent. Oh,
Hey, talking about ideas,
yeah,
I find when I do demos, live demos usually sell me things. So when I go on live and I do a demo of a product,
yeah.
I usually get sales from that straight away.
Do you always do them in your group, or do you ever brave enough to do it on your profile?
Not done one on my profile yet.
Have you got more people that you're friends with, so on your profile, than you have in your group, or not?
Yes. There's quite a lot of my friends in my group, but there's lots of people on my profile that are not in my group as well.
So would you be prepared to say that you're going to do one of those demos live on your profile? And Anna, by the way, just so you know, this would scare the hell out of me as well.
I'm good at speaking to people. I don't know why I've not done one.
So you're going to do one on there, and then Becky will write your name down for a set of.
Yeah, I'll do one tomorrow.
Excellent. And so will I.
I'll do a peel tomorrow, especially
Okay.
with peels being on offer at the minute. It gives an extra selling point. So yeah, I'll do a peel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
We come back to you for the peel, and you can say it's £16, or actually it's only £5 with an order of 25 or more.
Yeah.
What else do you need? How, you know, do you need to stock up on your soaps and your shampoo and all the rest of it? Brilliant. Have we got anybody else? Tanya, have you got anything? Oh, sorry, who was that? Laura.
Yeah, hi. I'm a bit new to it, TikTok. My niece is very good at this. I'm like, I have no idea. I use TikTok a lot to show the products. So I do like a video of the, I don't know, the bath blends or something or whatever. And that works quite well because I get comments on TikTok.
Yes.
Like, oh, I like that scent, or I like this. So you get like these, I don't know if they are, there could be anybody in the world.
Yeah.
They kind of message. So that works quite well.
Becky, can you put Laura, Kaz, who else shared? Vicky, Wendy, all down on the list. And Sandy did, I think, yeah. Did I miss anybody? Put it in the chat if I missed. Is Becky still with us? Oh, there she is, yeah. Have you written them all down? So, yeah, go on,
I
Laura.
was going to say, plus I use Pick Collage a lot. So
Yeah.
when I advertise my group, I've done one recently, a Christmas one on purpose. So it's basically got come and join us for laughs and games and whatever.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of me and my family, and it's a very Christmas themed picture. So it's got short info, the link to my group, then a Pick Collage picture. And I seem to have got about 5-6 new members this week just by using that.
Well,
I think
people keep telling me that TikTok's the way to go. And in fact, video in general is the way to go. I've noticed I don't do much on TikTok or on Instagram, but on Instagram, I've got 336 followers. So it's nothing. It's the same amount I've had forever. But if I do a reel, I get 1,200 people watching it. And you're like, whoa. And then I'll get a few extra people. And the trouble is, I need to do, hey, well done, Susie. Susie, on your list, please. Becky, thank you for doing. Love it, Wendy. Yeah, so if you do reels on if anybody's on Instagram, move over to reels because you get way more view, and it's because it's like TikTok. People scroll through and they watch them. So ideally make it catchy if you can. Mine are pretty amateur-y, but you can make them on TikTok and then put them on Instagram. And Beth the other day put a brilliant post in Region Rainbow that tells you how to remove the TikTok watermark. And it's just a little free app that you download. So go and have a look for that. And Tanya's just said, is anybody confident enough to do a training on TikTok? Why don't we make it the subject of another one of these another time? And we could make it something we do together. So shall I schedule that? The other really good news is that next month's trainings will be not virtual. And you know what? I tried really, really hard. Beth's going to be gutted about this, and anybody who lives down that way. I tried really, really hard to get the lodge at Watersmead, but they're using it for storage, so we can't. But we will be having trainings. At the moment, the plan is Southampton, Abingdon, Portsmouth, Gosport, somewhere around the sort of Beth's area, because we've got quite a lot of people over there, so Littlehampton-ish, that sort of way, and then there will be an option for those who live, say, more than 50 miles away from any of the venues that we're offering. However, there are other regional managers who are offering us places on their regional trainings. For instance, if I have anybody here who lives in Hertfordshire, there is going to be a training in Ware, W-A-R-E. So that's coming up. So if that applies to you, please let me know. Lynn's also doing a training in Hereford. So if you don't live near one of our venues, I'm going to have, yes, Shell, Abingdon, you can help me do it. And we'll have Lee Shepherd there as well, of course. So yeah, it is exciting that we will actually be able to get together in person. I will be bringing freebies for everybody who turns up. So come. But yeah, it'll be so nice to actually get to meet lots of you. I can't believe, I'm looking around here thinking, yeah, haven't met her. How amazing it will be to actually meet you in person. The other thing I'm trying to sort out, but I'm going to need some idea of numbers and probably get a big venue, is for the next part of conference, which is on the 4th of September. We do have trainings near Cambridgeshire, Tanya, actually, because Julie Peck does all hers in that sort of, and in fact, no, there's a couple of RMs in that sort of area, so I'll find out if I can find you one. And so Tanya, Cambridgeshire. So
there's been a couple of requests for up north as well, Yorkshire, Newcastle.
Yeah, up north so big. So yeah, I'd need more specific than that.
Yorkshire, so, Newcastle.
Again, Yorkshire's huge. Newcastle, we have to have people over there. So yes, Cardiff, possibly. The other thing, Becky, is that potentially if get together with somebody and you and another leader could run one in Cardiff.
Yeah, I mean, I can travel to
I could
Hereford.
do Newcastle.
Not too bad.
So who just said about Newcastle?
Me.
Trying to place who it is.
Maria.
Oh, okay. It's because the camera's not on. You're Newcastle, are you, Maria?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, your camera is on. Yeah, and just for some reason it would be, probably because you spoke so quickly. Yeah, so it's going to be, and Fiona, of course. So there will be an online option for those of you who don't have one close enough, but it's better for everybody who can reach one to come to a real training. It would be so nice to actually meet people and be able to do that in person. So I'm very excited about that, I must say. Cambridge. I'm going to check on Cambridge though, and I'll try and find out. It's really hard to coordinate all the different places where you all live. So if you are able, particularly for the one on the 4th of September, which is conference, if you've got a ticket, don't bother if you haven't got a ticket or you have no intention of buying one. But do you know what? Get a ticket. They start from £15, but actually go for the next one up, because then you get a whole load of freebies for next to something. But yeah, if you can possibly come to that one, try and come. So find somebody you can stay with, and it's likely to be in the sort of Southamptonish area. So if you can find somebody to stay with, come, because it will be so lovely to meet you and to do that in person. And I'll hire in a big screen and stuff like that, and it would be amazing to do conference in person, and we'll have a bit of a training and probably a bit of a knees up as well. We'll have a bit of a get together, maybe drinks or something to eat and stuff like that. So you know, it's still very much in embryonic stage at the moment. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to share that they've thought of since, before I move on? It's really nice to have you guys sharing. Thank you for those of you who have. What else did I have on here? Our Christmas charity partner is going to be Honeypot. So a percentage of, yes, I can see you're excited, but Becky is, as you probably know, our activism champion. I'm also really familiar with Honeypot because one of the, well, in fact, their two locations are near Becky and near me. Actually, isn't there one near you, Becky? Cardiff area, isn't it? Somewhere in South Wales, anyway. What? Sorry, Beth.
Pennerbryn is more mid Wales than South.
Oh, okay, it's mid Wales. Beg your pardon. But the other one is near me. It's in the New Forest. So yeah, and I have raised money for them years ago when I used to do my singing thing. I've raised money for them before, and they're a lovely little local charity, and it's supporting child carers, so children who care for usually, you know, relative or what have you, and these kids quite often come straight home from school and they do the housework and they do the shopping and they help mum get dressed and or whoever the relative is and stuff like that. And whilst obviously they're happy to do it because they love their relative, it's a tough life for a kid. So Honeypot takes them away for a few days and gives them a bit of childhood together. So it's a fabulous charity, and it's actually one where you can have a real impact because it doesn't cost very much to give these children these few days. Oh, well done. That's fantastic, Susie. When you've done those, would you mind sharing them on Region Rainbow? And tagging Becky in particular, because I'm sure she'd be very, in fact, why not connect with each other and see if you can help one another out. So our Christmas charity party is going to be Honeypot. Quite excited about that, and I'm sure that Becky will be telling us a bit more about it nearer the time. The only other thing I've got on my list is to talk to you about London. Now, I know, and the consultant retreat, I know that most of you, when I say consultant retreat, manager retreat, you glaze over. I bet most of you do, don't you? Go on, be honest. You're like, what? And because the consultant retreat the last few times has had to be virtual, and the October one is also virtual, it's just too hard with the way things have been for them to commit to the venues like they've had in the past, like Centre Parks and stuff, which were amazing. It's just too hard. However, we've had people go on these virtual ones. Beth went on, she can tell us a little bit about it in a minute, but I can tell you the one that happened a couple of weeks ago, Becky went on. Becky, what did you get? In addition to a lovely day's training, what did you get?
It was amazing. So as I got to go as an activist champion, I got featured in it, which was pretty amazing. I got afternoon tea for 2, which to be honest would have fed a family of 4. I was very full, having eaten about over 3 days. I think I worked out over £100 worth of products, about £50 to £60 worth of branded products. I now have like water bottles and a little hydration reminder, like loads and loads of stuff. And then they gave us a whole morning worth of training with other champions, There was a chance to have one-on-one stuff. Laura McVinion was on as a special guest, which was amazing. And then in the evening, so they let us have the afternoon to ourselves to enjoy afternoon tea and spend time with family and friends and what. And then in the evening, they did like a big kind of celebration event. So it was all kind of recognising the top sellers and the top sponsors, etc. But it was like loads of singing and really silly, but like loads of spot prizes. I also won a spot prize of the new raspberry and daisy stuff just for knowing, you know, part of the quiz. So it's definitely worth aiming for. And, you know, I would definitely agree. Like I've aimed for them, but I've never achieved them. But like going to one makes me desperate to go to the next one.
Yes. So. And I think the big thing, what I actually wanted to say was, don't miss out on it just for not knowing about it. At the very least, go and find out, because it would be pretty awful if actually you came that close and didn't realise you had. So at least go and see what the criteria are. The criteria for these sort of things always, yeah, that's okay, Diane, always rely partly on sponsoring. However, we have a earn your Christmas kit for free sponsoring offer. Also, there will, I can tell you here and now, without a shadow of a doubt, that every single person on this call now knows somebody who'd like to earn some extra money for Christmas. I can tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. They may not have told you. They may not have come to you and said, how much do you earn doing Body Shop? Because we're British. But I can tell you right here and now, there is somebody that you know who would like to earn a bit of extra money for Christmas. And actually, if you don't regularly share that that's a possibility, they will go to somebody else. We had somebody turn up in a manager's chat once who turned out to be the cousin of somebody else in the chat, in the team chat. And the reason they had joined through somebody completely random was because her cousin had never said anything. So she would have joined through her cousin had she known. Don't let that happen to you. There's nothing worse than finding out that your best friend or your cousin or your sister-in-law has joined Body Shop through somebody else because she liked the look of what you were doing, but you never asked her. Don't make that mistake. It's really important. So do go and have a look. I'm just going to very, very quickly show you, because I know we're nearly out of time, very quickly show you the criteria on here. So this is the consultant retreat. It is virtual, as I say. So it's from the 1st of July, so it's already running. It's been running for over a month already to 30th September, and it will happen in October. And it appears on Be Inspired under, I'll just show you how to find it, promotions and events, conferences and events, and then you just find the one you want, which is October Consultant Retreat. It's quite a lot on there. Go and have a pan through some of the others. So that's where it lives, and you can go and have a look. It tells you what you might get. It tells you how to qualify. It tells you how the points are awarded. And then we also have the London one. Now it's called a manager retreat, and only managers can go on it. But have a look at these words here. Where is it? You must start the qualification period as a consultant, area manager or senior. You must start the qualification as one of those things, and it includes consultant. Any one of you could do it if you decide you want to do it. You could all achieve this. And this one started on the 1st of June. It's got till the end of October, so it's a long qualification period. It's worth having a look. This actually needs updating because it says on here that you have to promote out a manager. That's gone. They've removed it. They've decided they want more achievers. That's gone. You don't have, this will be updated over the next few days. And then it says you must recruit a minimum of 6 new qualified personal recruits. A qualified means they've done 150. Actually, it's now 4. Yes, Beth. Oh, you were telling me 4. Yeah, it's now 4. They've changed it. They've made it easier. They've made the one for me easier as well. The trip to Iceland, they've made easier. It's still pretty tough. Got to £150,000. So £500,000. Sorry, 150 is easy. So all I wanted to say was, go and have a look. Just have a look, because if you don't think you'll achieve it and you never give it a bash, you'll never know. The first trip I ever achieved was to St. Lucia back in the day in 2018, I think it was. So I achieved it in 2017, and I was new, well, relatively new. I'd been with the company about 18 months at that point, and I genuinely, it never occurred to me that I could achieve something. I had never been to the Caribbean. I hadn't been on an aeroplane for 27 years. I genuinely thought my arse wouldn't fit in the seat. I thought I couldn't go because I'd be so humiliated having to ask for the extension seat belt. But on top of all of that, it was more the anxiety thing. As I say, I'm quite an anxious person, and I thought I could never do something. And I thought I'll just see, I'll see how far I can get just for the kudos. So I did that, and I got to within a few weeks of the end of the promotion period and realised that I actually was going to tick the boxes. I could actually do this. And then, of course, at that point, I thought that would just be stupid, wouldn't it? To achieve it just for the kudos would just be stupid. Let's give this a bash, and if I achieve it, I'm gonna go. And I did, and it was really, really, really scary. It was really scary, but it was also amazing. And the next year I achieved Barbados, and that was amazing. And the next year I achieved Singapore, and it got put off because of COVID. However, they gave me $2.5 grand. So, you know, and this year I achieved Malta, and that also didn't happen. And they gave us payout for that as well. The company will.
But you're coming to Edinburgh.
I'm coming to Edinburgh. Yes, and I'm hoping to achieve Iceland as well. I'm actually rather hoping that some of you will achieve Iceland. We'll see how that goes. And London. But if you don't think you can do it, just go and have a look. Just give it a bash. Just see, try and achieve a few of the criteria. There's a few faces I'm looking at right here and now and thinking, do you know what? You could do this. And I'm not going to mention them not because I don't want them to know that I think that, but because if I miss somebody out who thinks they could win with the chance, they'll then think, oh, she doesn't think I can. And actually, all of you could do it. Any one of you could do it. So go and have a look and just give it a try. Make yourself a tracker, or ask me to make you a tracker, and I will do. And just see how close you can get. See if you could achieve it. See if you can get all the freebies and the nice afternoon tea and the training. In fact, the first thing I ever did achieve, that wasn't that one. Before that, I actually achieved a new manager's training. It's like the consulting retreat now, to be honest. And it was residential back then, because obviously we didn't have COVID, and it revolutionized my business. I achieved it before I was a manager. I was hoping to become one, and I had recruited a few people, and I achieved this thing, and it totally changed my business. There was so many little tips and tricks that people shared on this training, and I came away from it fired up and more confident, and I became a manager. And here I am, you know, 4 years down the line as a senior regional manager, and the pay's really good once you get past a certain level, just that you know, you get car allowance and everything. It's brilliant. So it is worth investigating. It is worth at least not capping yourself. Don't think I could never do that, because unless you try, you don't know. So give it a bash. So that's all I have to say tonight. If you have thought of any more things to share, please put them on Region Rainbow. Should we have one more check to see if anybody's got any bookings to add to that list? Have a look through and see if you've got anything. Oh, Becky sent me the list already. She's a sweetie. Oh my God, I've got yes. Hang on, I'm just going to share this screen because woo-hoo. And it's somebody, I can't remember her. I was going through previous hosts, and she was one of the names that came up, and so I sent the message to her, and I have no idea who she is or where she lives. She probably lives flipping miles away. Hang on a minute, let me just show you. There you go. Can you see that message? So I put, fancy a party with all the new stuff that come out since COVID, and she's put, yeah, why not? I get samples, Becky. Has anybody else got a message, a positive message?
I need some help to come back to my friend. So I've PPP'd her wish list.
Yeah.
She would have £4 left to spend. She loves the idea, but is booked up with social life, and she teaches gym classes every evening.
So it doesn't have to be an evening.
No.
What about Sunday tea time?
I work full time. She's busy every weekend up until the 23rd.
Okay.
Not a weekday evening, or?
No, she teaches classes, gym classes every evening.
What about a party group?
I'm like,
So she's on online events.
That's what I'm
live.
wondering.
Run it over a few days. Didn't you do 2 parties in a weekend, Vicky? Wasn't that you?
I did.
She did more than that.
Exactly. So
I did 2 parties in a weekend, but that was going live into the group.
That was on the same day. So you could easily set up a group and just run it as a group and just schedule the group posts.
Yeah, you could. I think within this case, you might have to go. I was trying to think of a way to make it real rather than virtual, but I think they're probably right.
That's what I've tried to say. I said I can do Friday afternoon, from
The other
Friday
thing you could do
lunchtime.
is something we used to do back in the day. Does she live local to you?
She's not far.
Okay, so what you could do is where you take everything to her house, you put instructions with everything, she designates a table or a corner of a room, and as people are able to come around to her house, they each have a look at the catalogue. Well, you can send them all a catalogue because she can, hand out the catalogues, but they come around and try out the things there. But it's probably simpler on this occasion to do an online.
I was wondering whether online or suggest the catalogue fairy and explain it a bit more to her.
Yeah, go online.
Yeah.
And the other thing you can do, so do it online, but also give her a borrow box. So that if anybody does go round, you stick some catalogues and order forms in there, and some of the products like the peel. The peel, by the way, people don't instinctively know how to use it. They do it wrong. You need to at least show your host how to do it, because otherwise they come away going, didn't work for me. And it's because they've tried to rub it in rather than doing little circles, or they've tried to do it on a hand that's already got hand cream on. Doesn't work. You have to do it on dry skin, and you have to do it in circular motions, and and then it works amazing. Or demonstrate it on a foot, it's even better. But so borrow box combined with an online event is probably for her. And if she's teaching classes, she can take, if you make the borrow box carryable.
That's what else I was thinking, because she does have a big following with gym classes. So yeah. Thank you.
And don't forget that with the double host rewards, you can either tell them it's £50 free shopping, or you can tell them it's the normal £25 free shopping and the opportunity to join for just £24. Have you seen what you get? Wow. Just saying. Right, we are 9:01, so we're done. Thank you so much, everybody. Has anybody got any questions before we sign off? Who's excited for real, actual get together next month? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for coming on. And Becky, I'll get together with you over that list. If you do get part of booking tonight, can you screenshot me the message, like the message I just got, and I will add you to the list of samples receivers. Oh, is anybody else boiling, or is that just me?
No, it was
It's my age. So yes, and there will also be, in fact, I'm just going to take a couple of screenshots. Can you smile? Lovely. Hold on, I've just got to. Oh, Becky's just come back on. I'll have to do that again. Hang on a minute. I have to quickly make a Word file to shove the screenshots in. Right, smile again. Thank you. And bear with, because I've got to go and do page 2. I don't think there's that many people on page 2, but let's not leave them out. So just in case, because you don't know if you're on page 2, smile. Lovely, thank you. So in addition to the people who shared or got a booking, there will be a few random recipients of the scents as well. So and I may do more than 15. I'll use up one whole tub of each flavour. How's that? And see how many I can get out of there. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming on, and I hope to see you all for real in September.
Thanks for hosting.
Good night. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.